Shane, how do you think you ended up right here?
Where do we even start? I was determined to leave this place better than I found it. For the most part, I'd say I let my gut be my guide. Matt Bloyd!
Shane Demon!
It's like the only person I know that I can do that with and do it right back.
I was like, do I do it right back?
It's like a parrot.
I was watching a video last night of a raven talking to a raven.
Talking to who?
Its owner. It was like, hey.
People own ravens?
Yeah, and it was just fully talking to this lady.
What was it saying?
It was saying hey, it was saying whoa, it was saying kisses.
So it wasn't saying any millennial stuff that apparently we're not allowed to say. They did a thing.
We're axing did a thing.
You have to tell me
that one is being axed. Well, you're not cringy on the internet. Do you think you are?
I think I'm cringy most days.
I don't think you're cringy. Also, there is a fine line of just like dare to be cringe. Mm-hmm. I had somebody tell me recently.
You can go viral for being cringy.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
not for the right reason though.
I mean, especially as the artist we are, sometimes it's like cringy to post your song 18 times. Yeah. But you just like that cringe is okay because posting about your song that you just released and you worked really hard on, you wrote from your heart and trying to get people to care, you have to post about it so many times.
You have to post about it so many times, and then you have to realize that okay, just because I posted it once doesn't mean the whole world has seen it. But you get in your head and go, I can't possibly post about this again and again and again. Yeah. But then you have the kids that are 20 that are massive TikTok stars that come to your house and say, Shane, you've got to post about this song every single day.
Sometimes multiple times if you're feeling crazy.
And they do.
They do. And they don't care.
But I feel like they grew up with that. Like when you grow up, when you come out with a phone in your hand.
Right. Or an iPad.
Or an iPad in your hand, 100%. Then it's part of who you are. It's an extension of your arm.
No, literally. And I saw something too, and I'm already getting anxiety thinking about this. The anxiety, we started talking about it, I'm like, I need to post something today. But like the constant posting and the what we're talking about, it's not necessarily for your followers. So if you're worried about being cringe to the people who already love and support you, they should love and support you anyway. It's to reach bigger
people that you don't
audiences, or sometimes people do miss it. So it even can be for the people who love and follow you. But like, I'm so guilty of being like, wait, some you released a song? What? I love you so much. How did I miss? Not you, but like, I've fully been on Instagram and TikTok. I've been like, wait, what?
The thing that I want to see more artists do, especially in our community, the gays, is see us post about other people and other artists and other songwriters and support each other, really support each other, instead of it always being, I'm not saying that it's always a diva or a pop star that's currently the huge thing, but it would be great just to, there's enough room for success for everybody to post about each other's things.
You're diving right into a thing I love to talk about, because I've always loved to support other people.
Yes, you're so good at it.
I try, and again, sometimes life happens, and I'm like, oh my god, I never posted about Shane's song, but I still will, even if it's like a week or so out. Like, but it's crazy in our community, in the singer community, like like expanding that to everybody. How I think there's something about being an artist and that insecurity that I think just lives in all artists, that some people can just really take that so far and be like, if they're succeeding, that means I'm not succeeding.
Exactly.
I've just never seen the world that way.
Neither have I.
I'm a coattails kind of person. So if I'm coming up, baby, you're coming up. Shane, we're going up together.
Let's go together.
And I also just think that there is so much room for everybody. And I see the differences in us. Like what you have is not what I have.
No. And
I love that. That's so
you're
exciting.
The only you there's ever going to be.
Well, come on with it.
Same.
Yeah. Right. And so I'm like, I want to support that and champion that, because I also know if we're even going to make it selfish, I know what it feels like to get that support too. And to have somebody that you love and care about, just even the simplest thing, post about your song or post about you, or, give you some love on a public forum. I do find it so interesting that there is a lot of...
And what does it hurt?
Yeah. But there's a lot of like blocking of like, no, you don't get that.
I don't understand
from our own people.
I can't. Well, from a lot of people, like people you work with that don't do it. But it's like it's interesting.
It is.
It's interesting, and sometimes I think maybe there's a bit of a generation gap. Maybe because like when I was a kid coming up, wanting to do music, there weren't really just. Not saying that you had to be loud, out, and proud. That kind of because it was a different time.
Yeah.
But now, we are much more visible. There is more representation.
Yeah. There is
for our people. And so I just feel like we should be supporting each other better. I just really do.
I just feel like the visibility is so important. Even just taking up space. It's not. There are artists out there. There are artists in this town who just represent by being in the space, and I'm like, I think that is so cool and so powerful too, of just taking up space and being there and being on the big stages and winning the awards. And I think that is also such a different thing from even how it was. I mean, even 5 years ago, which I was gonna be like 2015. Because I'm stuck in 2020. 2020, like...
We need a 5-year gap.
Yeah.
It's like bring it back.
Are we going to have a fridge cigarette? I saw online the other day.
This is called a fridge cigarette. Diet Coke.
Diet Cokes are just fridge cigarettes. I was like... First of all, I don't condone smoking, everybody. And I've literally never had a cigarette in my life.
But you're having one right now, apparently.
I'm not like bragging. Actually, I feel like I sound so lame when I say that. I feel like I should be cooler and be like, yeah, I've totally smoked. I'm a really cool person.
It's okay. It's very addictive. Don't start.
But that is so true. So a little swig of the fridge cigarette.
Fridge cigarette. Was that a TikTok thing?
It was. I feel like I am chronically online.
Well, sitting is the new smoking as well, apparently.
Sinning?
Or sinning.
Lord have mercy. What did you say?
Sitting.
Like resting?
Like sitting down. Like people who sit all day and don't get up and move and get their 10,000 steps. Apparently, is also the new smoking.
Do you get
for the most part?
Steps?
But it's been Satan set his ass on Nashville lately, so I've not been going outside and walking as much as I normally do.
Satan sat his ass on Nashville was crazy.
It's the truth.
It has been so hot.
I feel like this is the hottest summer. Oh, now we're weather girls. Here we go.
I chose the weirdest part of the song to start. It's a raining man. Is where I should have started.
Hallelujah. Here's the thing.
It's a raining man.
So
what part did I start at? Is that the bridge?
Feel the thunder. Moving in.
Sing.
See, this is why. Y'all, what you don't know is Matt was my first podcast. And
let's talk about that. Let's get into that.
On such an ADD rant that I watched it and I was like,
we have to come back.
Oh my God, we have to come back.
Wasn't I also the first?
We might, yes.
So like guinea pig vibes, which is vibes. Happy to be.
I still don't know what I'm doing. I mean, but we needed to do over so we can dive in deeper.
I know, because we were just acting silly
and singing and doing what we're doing right now,
which is not a bad thing. But yeah, I love I'm all over the place, so I love a more focused conversation, and then we can like
veer
and then come back. But nobody brings us back.
We're like squirrel.
I know.
It's like there's no Aaron going, Shane, reel it in.
Aaron, where are you? Reel it in. Lord have mercy, Jesus.
So what I do want to ask you though is on the topic of music, how has it been for you coming from California to Nashville and trying to make your way in this genre?
Yeah.
And was this really your heartfelt genre, the thing you wanted to do the most? Because you can sing anything. You can sing the phone book.
Honey, that's nice.
And what's the truth?
That's kind.
Yes.
Great
we say
question.
kind things here at Shane
We
on
love to be kind, especially here. Yeah, I grew up loving country music. I grew up in a family that listened to it all. And I remember, I actually was just talking about this on a plane to somebody sitting next to me. I remember the first time I heard Praying for Daylight.
Oh my gosh.
But then I look at the year that came out and I'm like,
apparently they don't sing anymore.
Which
or don't like to sing.
I don't want to spend another lonely night. Ooh, that song slaps.
Gary the Voice.
Gary the Voice. Big fan. I just remember hearing that. And I mean, that song came out, what, 97?
And you're like, whoa, there's soul in this.
And if I think about how old I was at 97, I'm like, I had to have heard it around the time because I remember being on the radio. I was pretty young.
Yeah.
But that imprinted on me, and I was like, I can sing like that, or I can do that, or I want to. And as I grew up and, you know, went to school and studied music and always sang in church, group singing in church. I never saw a lane for myself in the genre. And I came to Nashville for the first time to write in 2014.
Wow.
Yeah. And I don't know. I was scared to be myself in a genre that I was like, is there space?
Like it didn't want to be a part of
you. Is there space for me? Do I really want to fight that uphill battle? And I'm so grateful for growth and change and acceptance. Like we kind of already said, like I feel like even people don't care. So, and that energy
I think a lot
too.
of it too is like I have a life coach therapist, Suzanne Jeffers, who's amazing. She has
shout out.
Yes, called Flip the Switch Coaching, and she just helps well people get better. And I was absolutely a week and a half ago having one of those moments of, you know, I've just started putting out music. I'm middle-aged. I'm a spirit-filled Christian gay man. There's so many things, you know, we're doing this podcast and, you know, you're putting out songs. And she said, Shane, if you were betting on yourself, you know, it would all be a done deal. But at the end of the day, you're betting against a machine and an algorithm, and you're already winning. If you're just putting music out, you're already winning.
Talk about that.
You are, because look, there's hundreds of thousands of songs that now come out every single week, sometimes upwards of 1 million, which is, I can't quite wrap my head around that.
Can't either.
Because between AI and independent artists and major label artists and all of that.
Right.
And there's not really a vetting process. And then when I start thinking about that, I'm like, well, who are we to vet anybody's art? If it was something that they wanted to do,
let them.
And it brought them joy. I mean, yes, there are songs that we hear all the time. They're like, really? That one? Which is so judgy.
Yeah.
Especially when you think, this person was vulnerable enough, whether they can sing or not, or write a song or not, to just completely put it out there and go for whatever this version of their dream is, right?
You're hitting two things I want to
hit it.
I want to put pins in.
Okay.
That is so important. The first thing that you were talking about is that you're all, and that's my thing as an artist too. Like I am so many things before I am the person I'm with, you know?
Totally.
I am an artist. I'm a singer. I'm a writer. I'm a cousin. I'm a uncle. I'm a son.
Child of the Most High
Child
God.
of God. Come on with it. And I think the least cool thing about me is that I'm gay. Like, so that's why and you were kind of touching on that. And I think that is where, to kind of get to where we've arrived from our artist journey now, it's like I'm so many other things before that like who cares. And that's kind of some of the energy I get in town too, which I actually appreciate. It's not it's not an erasure. It's just like you're you and I like you for all these other things again. And the artistry, the voice, and like all of that, I would like that to be at the forefront, right? And
which honestly, man, is a massive, I just manned you. Honestly, man,
bro,
it's a massive evolution, because it certainly did not feel that way when I came here when I was, you know, a teenager.
And that's not a blanket thing.
No.
There is still work to be done,
growth.
But there is a lot of growth. And the second thing that you were hitting on in that, what you were just saying, that I want to call out is how vulnerable it is. And we've both been releasing music. So again, to even kind of still tack onto your question you asked, I've just been, you know, it's been an interesting time in town. The highs and the lows have been the highest and the lowest since I've been out here full time. And I'm so grateful. I'm really grateful for the lows because they make the highs so much sweeter.
Absolutely.
And I'm finally this year, we've both been able to put out our music, which is so awesome.
And
so
one being a song that I co-wrote.
I know, which I'm so grateful for. That was the first one. I was like, this is the one that's going to kick it all off.
It's
and
such a blessing.
I'm so grateful to sing that song.
And you couldn't have sung it any better.
Oh my God. It's one that it's very, very close to my heart. The message, you know, you being a co-writer on all of it just felt so right.
And I saw Kristen Chenoweth bowing down to you saying, oh my God, this song. And so then I just feel like I've already won.
I mean,
I won a Grammy because I got the Queen of Queens.
Yeah, she came to the release show. Was sitting like from here to the end of this room. I was like, that I love you so much, and you are a queen.
And why are you talking about my voice? I know,
and that it honestly, she is a fantastic person, and talk about supporting, right?
It's so supportive,
and to have a platform and to be the legend that she is, and to still be shouting out other people and giving love all the time to other up and coming talent. I mean, that is like, I'm like, you are goals, dreams, everything. But all that to say, what you were kind of getting at the end of your little thought there was, it is so vulnerable to put out music. I forgot, you know, it had been a while since I put out an original, something that came from me or that was my story. And oh my God.
And you're literally putting out a piece of your heart.
It's so scary.
Not only is it scary, it's like you're opening yourself up to judgment. I
mean, any kind of art, you know, if it's a cover too, like, which I've done a lot of.
Totally.
I forgot, and maybe because I'm a little bit older now, it is a really, it is a great practice in vulnerability and stepping out and like letting it be and like having people respond to it. And of course it is all mostly positive, of course, always, but it's even just to hit submit or to hit post. It is such a scary thing. And I think we don't talk about that enough. I think that, you know, it's, oh, I'm so excited. Oh, my song's finally out. But it's like, let's talk about that, what that vulnerability looks like, especially God forbid if the song is like a part of, you know, a healing or a part of like a deeper rooted trauma. And you, like, you know, people put out songs that like really carry weight. Right. And I'm like, good for you. I mean, again, to support, seriously.
How have you gone about finding out, maybe you haven't yet, but who your actual fan base is? Yeah. Like, is it because I guess originally everything started to really happen for you through YouTube, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
And it was a cover of a Brandy song?
There was a couple. There was a Whitney song. Right. I think the first one was Brandy. And it was a song with two dear friends, Mara Jose and Vincent Kennedy, who are amazing artists and singers. And truly just early years of cutting teeth in LA, and just graduated from school. Had, you know, I was working like a retail job. Part-time essentially, trying to do music at night, and just asked friends, you know, people that I had met along the way, hey, do you want to sing on my YouTube? Sure. Smallest production, like a buddy that I had, you know, met, I think in school. That's how we met. And we would record them, film them, put them up. I mean, just the easiest little productions, and to have it go on and live, even to this day, people still comment, and you know, millions and millions of views later, I'm grateful for that. But yeah, that's kind of where it started.
Was it Have You Ever?
Have You Ever? Have you ever?
Did you see Three Quincy? Did you watch the Netflix show Building the Band?
I did. Yeah, I got a lot of tags in it. They were like, they did your arrangement, and I'm like,
But did they?
No, I don't know. I watched it. I thought it. The thing is we also did her arrangement. The only thing I think we added a key change. Okay. Yeah, and I think they also key changed.
They definitely key changed.
Yeah.
I watched it because first of all, all that was blowing up online, and I was like, oh, and then of course Kelly Rowland's my boo, so I just love her, and so I was like, I still haven't met Nicole, but she was like commenting on their blend or whatever online. I saw it, so I clicked it, and then I went on the deep dive and watched all their performances. And then this past weekend in Palm Springs, we binged the whole thing.
I need to watch.
It was a really interesting concept, actually. Yeah. Do you know how it starts? They're all these artists. There's probably like 50 or more. Yeah, and they're they're in the separate pod.
Oh, I didn't know they
is like their
them.
own little listening room. And then they call out each individual person to go and sing their song. And then you have to choose whether you would want that person to be in your band or not.
It's giving Love Is Blind.
It's giving total Love Is Blind. Wow. / The Voice.
Which is called Giving the Voice.
Right. And some people came in wanting to be in only a girl group or only a guy group. And then it turned into a few of them were like, wait a minute, I heard this voice and I thought
co-ed moment.
This will be amazing. And so they did 2 girls, 2 guys.
Yes.
But then it was like you had to get a total of 5 votes to stay in.
Talk about vulnerability. That is scary.
And then there were people that only got 2. And people that only got 5, and then people that got 28.
I imagine somebody probably got 4.
People that got 4
one less
that
than
just
you need.
missed it.
20 is also crazy.
But they decided, then they all have these chats without ever seeing each other.
I did not know about
to say,
any of this.
I want you to be in my band. Then they learn their parts separately. And then the first time they see each other is when they walk out on stage to perform as a band for the first time.
That is crazy.
And they're smiling at each other like, like they're just dating or something. Like, oh, you're my boyfriend. It's
like Married on Sight. Is that the name of that TLC or Bravo show?
Sight.
Married at First Sight.
Something like that.
It's giving all of those.
So to watch it from there, and then the mentorship was great, and the feedback was great. The thing that I really, really loved about it was it was Liam, God rest his soul.
I know. And like one of the last things he did, truly.
Kelly, it was.
Yeah.
Kelly and
my papa's
AJ.
on there, AJ McLean. I remember when he went to go film it.
So, and then he's the host. And
he's
then
the host, that's
Kelly
right.
Rowland. But the feedback that they gave was truthful and uplifting.
Good.
And they never broke anybody's spirit. And I think that's so sweet because artists, we've all been through it, and people say crazy stuff to us.
Well,
case point, which you told me before that.
I know, before we told stories off pod. We've told stories off pod.
But it was really incredible to see constructive criticism in such a positive way. I loved every single minute. We literally binged the whole thing in one night.
That makes me want to watch it more. I mean, I need to watch because
they bleed into each other. Netflix be smart, girl,
because they know you want to be hitting the next.
And it bleeds into the next, into the next, into the next. So, but anyway, I'm already writing my butt off trying to get a frequency cut.
Yeah, because they won, right? Spoiler alert. Sorry.
Spoiler alert. No,
I know.
Everybody knows.
Okay, great.
But I'm so inspired. They are three girls that come together really as one voice, and I think the more that they do this, they'll get even. I know they will, like Destiny's Child did. They get tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter.
Right.
But I just don't think there could have been more perfect people to be the actual mentor judges on that show.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what happens with them.
I need to watch. AJ's been a huge champion and supporter. I call him my dad.
Huge.
I adore him.
You could be calling him dad too.
Listen, you all papawed me. You all gave birth to me.
We all papawed you.
You all papawed me. And I remember when he went to go film it, and the other day he was like, "Have you watched?" And I was like, No,
you better do it.
So now I'm getting called out on pod.
Let's go ahead and do it.
I know, and I love to hear that the constructive criticism was.
It made
gentle,
them better. It really made them
constructive.
Better. Absolutely.
And it didn't break no one's spirit, because that's what's hard for me and I've done all those shows and gotten
people
to
love
various...
to tell you what's wrong with you,
and then
not tell you how to fix it. And well, if this is wrong, then show me, what do I need to do?
Yeah, and it also sounds like maybe it was a true competition.
Yeah,
like
it was.
Which it's crazy to say, but these shows aren't real singing competitions.
No.
Which is okay. They're TV shows.
Yeah,
and they're great and they're well produced.
There's always the element of the drama,
but there's production
because it's television.
Yeah, there has to be a hand of production, because at the end of the day, we're making a TV show.
Every single one of these people, even the people that didn't make it, can't talk. They didn't make it. Come on,
they didn't make it. Fridge cigarette. We're lit in the club at 10 a.m.
That didn't make it were great.
That which is still a platform and still, I think, something that is kind of missing from some of these shows. I mean, I grew up in the era of American Idol. Like, American Idol was everything in my house growing up.
The one idol.
The one, right. And, we were seated at 8 p.m. What was it, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday back in the day?
Child, because when I lived I had one 9-month stint of living in Brooklyn. The rest of the time when I was in New York, I lived in Manhattan. And I lived in Williamsburg on North 6th Street in Bedford before there was anything popping over there, before it was cool. Well, we thought it was cool because it wasn't like Manhattan. Totally. L train for life, I guess. No. But I remember the season that Fantasia was on.
Season 3.
And LaToya and Jennifer Hudson and all them. And I was so obsessed with those divas that I was like, I had to do a karaoke gig at Columbia University. So I was like, there was this little college bar. And I remember the Britney record with Toxic on it came out, which
your queen. My queen.
So, and I would, in between songs, play that song because I was so obsessed with that song. I'd play Toxic in between while we were waiting or when I was taking a break. And people were like, do it again. But anyway, I was so
it would have been what? Yeah,
so obsessed with American Idol then that I can't tell you how many times I was late for my gig because I had to drive all the way from Williamsburg, Brooklyn, to get to my gig, and I'd be like, sorry, it was American Idol night, and I'm like 15 minutes late.
I know.
I mean, I was driving like a bat out of a hail.
And driving in the city is crazy.
Across the bridge.
I remember that week where it was like Jennifer, LaToya, Fantasia were all on the bottom.
I feel like there was a huge controversy, like the power went out or something, and
I've heard that
Chicago didn't really vote.
Yeah, I think there was a storm that knocked out a grid, which was like a huge part of the voting.
But let's just talk about that for a second, because
but is that the tea?
That's when you need to know that sometimes rejection really is God's protection.
Listen, because look at her now.
Look at her now.
I know.
And also, when I think about the people on this show, you know, this Building the Band show, you know, a couple of the people that didn't make it just had incredibly unique, interesting voices. Yeah. Which also feels like a rejection is God's protection thing, because maybe you weren't actually meant to be in a band
because
of your blend.
Yeah.
Like if you're that one that really stands out, like if you're a vocal group, you want that magical, harmonic,
one voice,
everyone's breathing together. Yes. That one voice thing. And that's probably, I mean, it's like the artists were all being their own A&R.
And that's really hard to do.
It's really hard
to do. I love group singing, but man, it either locks or it doesn't. Yeah. And there's, you know, you can learn and you can grow and you can get in where people, you know, fit in, you know, get in where you fit in with people, but like in a singing way. But like sometimes it's just not, it just doesn't lock that way.
And it takes a big ego check too.
Oh, yeah.
For you to go, oh, wait a minute, she or he is better.
Yeah.
At that. Than I am.
Which also comes with time, I think,
Let her have her moment.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, it was a good age range on that show, right? I think
Great
I
age
saw
range.
it. Yeah.
Same.
Cause I know, you know, these days, like American Idol swings a little younger.
Yeah.
Their pool of who they pick and stuff, which is not a bad thing. But I liked, and I know The Voice has a pretty big age bracket too. And I do think that, especially for group singing, it's just something you got to do. And it comes, because you learn, okay, I'm not great at that, or that's maybe a weak spot for me, so I'm gonna let that person do it. Where you like, you know, again, get in where each other lack. But I mean, that is what you were just talking about too. I don't want to get too far away from it. The rejection is God's protection, because man, do I look at my life that way, because the amount of times I've been told that we've probably both been told no, and I know that you've done the shows.
We've been told no more than yes.
I mean, 99 no's to get
no
one yes.
all the time. Yeah.
And those shows, I again, to kind of get back, like I was like, I'm going to be on American Idol one day. I just knew it. You couldn't tell me as an 8-year-old that I wasn't going to be up there like Kat McPhee, and you know, I just adored her.
Same.
Still to this day.
She's a doll.
Love you, Kat.
I just did a show with her.
Oh, she's the best.
Amazing.
And yeah, I of course, I remember when I first back to the Have You Ever days, like we were, you know, having the success on YouTube, and the calls started coming from American Idol, from The Voice that was on at that point, and we want you on the show and come audition. So I would go, and I just, oh my God, was like devastated when I got to the end of Hollywood Week and got cut on American Idol.
I can't imagine that.
Honey, it was stories.
All the TV
and I'm so grateful for it, because learning experience.
Did you get much airtime?
I got none on Idol. I got none on any of the shows except for one. Yeah, which I'm grateful for now. But at the time I was devastated. But you know what's funny? My dad, who I love dearly, we're very different. And like my dad is sports accountant, just smart. I'm terrible at math. Wish I threw a football better, you know, and was always musical. My dad loves music, but has no, you know, there's no desire to make it. He's a consumer, just loves to listen and loves all genres. Another person I get, you know, my love for all genres from. But I remember when and my dad was so excited for me to be on American Idol. Just, I think our differences make him my biggest champion. I've literally written a song about it, which I'm so grateful for as an adult. He is front row, #1 fan. But when he was he was so excited when I was on, he was like, this is it. This is the moment.
This is the moment.
And when I got booted, I was driving, because I lived in LA at the time. So I was just driving 20 minutes home. He was like, well, what are you going to do? And I was like, well, I have a gig tomorrow. I think I was singing outside of like a store on Beverly Hills Boulevard.
Because that's what you do.
Yeah. I think I was sitting with the piano and make something like that, or maybe a wedding gig, something like that, where I was just showing up to sing for 2 hours and going home. I mean, that's how I paid the bills. And he sent me this long text about, obviously he loves that I sing and that I stand up on stage and that I hold a microphone, but his biggest thing that he was in awe of was the rejection part. He was like, in what I did in my life, I've not really faced, of course we've all faced rejection.
Totally.
But if he just breaks down even his just career, he was like, got into the college I wanted to, got the job I wanted to in college to pay for college, got the internship turned into a job. I started my own company, you know, all things that, you know, a lot of people just do. There's not really room for rejection in there. Whereas what we do, it's just, again, the 100 no's for the one yes.
Man.
And you have to wake up the next morning, and he was like, that is a different kind of thing that you do he's like, I respect it. I admire it. I don't understand it. But cause he was so bummed. He was like, aren't you bummed? I'm like, of course I'm bummed. But again,
sometimes rejection is God's protection.
My brain broke.
Yeah, it's okay.
And yeah, I was never shown on Idol, which is actually, that's a lie. They put me on billboards everywhere.
Oh, great.
Of me getting my golden ticket for Hollywood. My family's in it.
Yeah.
And I was on the subways in New York. I was getting tagged all over by friends and people and people who had followed me on YouTube and stuff. Are you going to be on American Idol? And I was like, maybe. I don't know. And then, yeah, it never aired me. And I remember in the back of my mind knowing maybe this was for the better.
Yeah.
And not that it's funny. I'm not one to toot my own horn like ever. Honestly, I'm the opposite. Self-confidence is hard. But I will toot on Idol. I was getting up there. Cause I was like, this is it. This is the moment. I'm going to get up there and I'm going to do my good singing. And I was proud of everything I did, but they didn't show it. And again, even at the time knowing maybe that's for the better. Same with The Voice. Never showed me. I was on one of those shows, but it's okay. We don't have to talk about her.
Yeah. I gotta say, you know, I think what a lot of people, again, about vulnerability. I mean, you have to be so vulnerable and willing to put yourself out there completely in order to do any of this. But my God, the no's that we get over and over and over, you have to be so willing to be able to go inward and find some sort of strength inside of yourself to keep going. So for me, clearly that's the Holy Spirit, that's Jesus. Like, do you feel like, because I'm always amazed by people that maybe don't have a belief system at all, where do they actually go to get through that actual rejection? So for you, is that your prayer, your meditation, your quiet time, like when you were able to say to your dad, well, of course I'm sad, but I just keep going? Is it your dream and your drive for your dream? Or is it a combination of faith and prayerfulness? Like, what did it?
The latter. It's the combination of, it's funny. I was just listening to Kiki Palmer's podcast.
Oh my God. We love Kiki. Come on, Kiki.
We
Palmer.
love you. And she asked a very similar question to, I want to believe it was Kat Graham, about like, what keeps you going? What is the motivator? What is the, exactly what you just asked. Like what is like your foundational
belief system.
Your cornerstone even. When you strip it all back and when it is raw and vulnerable. And I love that we keep coming back to vulnerability. And it's everything that you just said. Not to be annoying and say you kind of answered the question, but it really is a faith foundation, knowing that I'm not meant to be doing anything else. And sometimes that's even hard to say because it almost feels a little boastful, but with zero pride in my heart, it's just, I know that I was put here to sing and to pursue this. And I've just learned to, like, the no's are just, again, it's even what circling back to what we already said, it is the propeller forward. You have to look at it kind of that way too. Sometimes the no, or where God shuts a window, he opens a door, or the vice versa, where he shuts a door, he opens a window. And I know that those are kind of cliche, cheesy things.
How long for you? It's not cliche or cheesy at all. It's just what's true for you. It's what's true for me. How old were you when you recognized that part of, I'm really talented, I think, I really want to sing, and also you felt like there was this connection to the Spirit that gave you some sort of, did you have an encounter? Was it, because for me, the encounter with Jesus came way later. And being able to look back and being like, oh God, you were in this the whole time. But was that something instilled in you from a really young age, or was that something that you found on your own? Like, how did you get to that?
I mean, one thing you said there, it's still a daily thing to be like, I am talented. We got to believe in ourselves. It's a choice. And I'm my biggest critic and my harshest, worst enemy sometimes. So it is still a daily thing that I'm still learning to tell myself, my voice is valid. I'm valid. I should take up space. But to answer the greater question, it was not something instilled in me. It just was in me to, like I sang in church. And it seems like, again, kind of a cliche, like cheesy answer, but to be like, I just always knew. Like there wasn't a moment that I was like, I'm going to do this. I think that there was a moment that was like the full acceptance, right? Of like, cause you kind of run away from it. Like even when I was looking at schools, colleges to go to, I was like, well, maybe I'll study business.
The just in case career.
Just in case, the backup, the fall plan, right? Maybe I'll do business, but then I go and audition for the School of Music and they give me a whole ride scholarship. And they're like, please, 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 we want you to come to our school. And that, and again, talk about my dad, he's looking at me like, they want to give you all this money just to sing. And I'm like,
sure do.
They sure do. And for him being like, okay. And I was like, really? So those moments were the moments of allowance that, like, again, you run away sometimes. And it's going back to even me being in this town, in this genre. It's like, I ran away. Like in school, if you told me I sounded like Gary LaVox, I would be like, no, I don't.
No, I don't. I have my own voice.
I got my own. And
where everyone that doesn't do
in your voice.
But everyone that's giving you that, that compliment, they really are like, that's the greatest thing that they could say to you. Because people that aren't singers or don't understand, like you're like, I'm my own me. They're trying to pay you the greatest which is, my gosh, you sound like, it's just like
Rascal Flatts.
It's just like the comparison of what the media did, which you're too young to remember this, but they used to try to pit Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey against each other. And Mariah Carey's trying to be Whitney Houston. It's like, no,
they're so different.
They don't sound anything alike. Yeah. Why? Because they're two black women who sing
into the stratosphere,
R&B music in the stratosphere. Like it's wild. Yeah. The whole comparison thing. But
don't get me started on because I've always gotten that comparison, and then Shay Mooney hits the scene.
Totally.
He gets compared to Gary.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm getting you're like Dan and Shay, Rascal Flatts, and I'm like, God forbid all three of us exist. We also, I don't think we sound that much alike. It is the biggest compliment to be compared. And it wasn't that I was ever running away or being like, of course, you want to have your own voice, but I think I was just blocking my blessing or running away from what I was meant for because I was scared of it. And again, going back to even the initial question of when did you know? It's like sometimes and you run away.
Totally.
I knew that my voice belonged to, and again, like my dad's parents lived in Norcross, Georgia my whole life.
Right.
Every summer, going out there, experiencing country music, loving it. And that fostered in me something. I think I was scared of it. And
country isn't a place, it's a feeling.
It's a feeling.
Country's where your heart is. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because if the case was, you had to be from the Deep South in order to sing country music, then we wouldn't have Keith Urbans and we wouldn't have Shania Twain and all that.
Yeah, we'd lose some of our greatest.
Anne Murray, like some of the greatest artists of all time that have been Canadian or Australian or whatever.
I love that you said that. I love that you said that. That's true.
Country is where your heart is.
Yeah, and it's the genre.
It's music for everybody, honestly.
Ooh. That was good. Put that on a shirt. And also merch.
Matt Bloyd, it's music for everybody.
No, that's your merch. You said it. No, but also I truly think of all of our genres that we have, right? I really believe in my heart, and this is why I've always gravitated towards it, because music makes you feel. That's why we listen to music. And I think of all the genres, country's up there with, if not in my heart, it's the number one with the most feeling. I can put on a Carrie Underwood song and just cry.
Totally.
Or any kind of sad song that's,
Alison Krauss.
Oh, crying, just sobbing.
Alison Krauss's cover of I'm Just a Ghost in This House, which was a Shenandoah song, will wreck a human.
And every time.
I've never, she's literally, if there's actually a voice of an angel, it's Alison Krauss.
Yes. That's your girl.
And I just want to say to you, because I know I said this to you in the podcast that no one will probably ever see unless it's little snippets.
Actually don't, because I was probably acting a fool.
There are very few people on this planet for me, and you'll probably remember this, but It's like when I saw Celine Dion sing for the first time live and she walked out on stage and I started sobbing, I was like, why do I feel like this? I've never cried in a concert ever. But when I saw her singing, I was like, she was created to do nothing but this. And that's how I feel about you. Nothing but this. And I just want you to remember that when you're walking in what you're called to do, God is obligated to show up.
Yeah.
And I also want people to know that there's nothing wrong with the just in case thing. Like, I went to hair school. I waited tables. I painted walls. I hung wallpaper. I've done everything but porn and gospel at this point to support myself. And there's no shame in it. Like, but here's the thing. God will find a way for you. Now, we have to partner with it. I fully believe that we have to partner with what our gifting is and what our calling on our life is. Like, it's just like when people are like, Lord, please let me win the lottery. Please let, and he's like, buy a ticket.
Right.
Like, you still have to be an active participant in the thing that you're faithfully believing for. Ooh, because faith without works is dead. And that's actually what scripture says. Literally. And for the longest time, everybody was doing this name it and claim it thing. Well, I'm just going to believe it and it's going to happen. No, you still have to get up. Yeah. Go write the song. Go sing the song. Yeah. Go to the red door and hang out with the people. Like, it's... You have to make the best of what's there. Like for me, if I wasn't a hairdresser, I first of all wouldn't have learned patience the way I had to. Come on. I had to be very comfortable with talking to other people. Yeah. It taught me a lot. It taught me how to listen. And then I ended up being the hairdresser of a lot of women who ended up singing my songs. Right. And they didn't even know I was a songwriter. Right. Starting with Sarah Evans. Like I put her hair extensions in for Born to Fly video. Showed up 7 years later at the studio and she thought I was there to do her hair, but I was there because she had recorded a song of mine.
Wait, so her hair in Born to Fly is you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
We put her first extensions in. It's a whole hilarious, you should see the podcast I did with her. We actually talk about that, I think.
Oh, I can't wait.
But there's so many situations in my life where God was like, okay, not actually the plan I had for you, but I can use this to get you to where you need to go.
Ooh, that's relatable.
You know, like, so just because you're not singing every day or writing songs every day, if you're still putting yourself out there, you're still performing, you're still making connections, you never know who God's going to plant in your life to re-inspire you, reinvigorate you, remind you of who you are or whatever. But there's like people talk about driving Uber as if it's shameful, or I'm a singer and I'm a songwriter, but I'm waiting tables. It's like, no, you need to look at... I made my first connection in the music business here in 1996. And I was a teenager and I met Jerry Crutchfield, who had his own publishing company, who was a massive producer, produced Tanya Tucker and Lee Greenwood and all these people. And I grew up on a shrimp boat. So the first thing I did was I got a job at the Crab House. And then within the first couple of months, Jerry Crutchfield sat down at my table and I signed my name upside down and wrote a music note through it. And he said, because, extra.
So cute.
And he's like, he saw my name tag and saw where I was from and asked me why I was here. And I was like, well, I'm a singer and I think I might be a songwriter, but my best friend is the greatest singer-songwriter of all time. And he's like, and I was like, what do you do? And he told me who he was. Anyway, that connection was my first introduction into the music business. And that led to me showing up at his office a block away from here and saying, here's my best friend's music and she's something. And he signed her. Wow. But that opened the door for me. Yeah. Now, had I been like so many kids are right now and been like, I'm waiting tables and I don't, that door wouldn't have opened. You still got to be willing to be honest with yourself. Yeah. And vulnerable enough to just speak out that thing that you want to see happen for yourself because you just never know who's listening. That was an absolute God ordained moment. It changed the trajectory of my entire life. Yeah. But also I still had that teenage anything is possible. Totally. No one in the town had gotten into my head. Yeah. And that's where I think it's so important for all of us who are creators to try to surround ourselves with people who make us remember why we came and to have, childlike faith. Yeah. The older you get, the harder it is, but we have to, I was so emotional about this stuff. Let it out. Eric and I were talking about this last night. because social media can be a very hard place for me. Because I don't want to cry in this podcast, y'all.
Let it out, honey. Let it out. Too late. We love feelings.
Eric was asking me, what's going to help you? And I'm like, just get out of your head and stuff. And I'm like, we got to surround ourselves more with people that lift each other up. Like, we got to get in conversations more with people about the goodness of God and the things that he's done for us, and support each other more and talk about it more, and not
cry about it more.
Not talk about how hard everything is all the time. I don't want to talk about how hard. I don't want to be the person like this morning. I don't know what it was this morning. Well, Eric, I guess I left the car unlocked, and Eric got upset with me because I left the car unlocked. And that just sent me into it, because I don't ever want anybody to be upset with me. Oh. But then it's all I'm thinking about when I'm on the treadmill.
Yep.
And I'm still going through it, and I'm thinking, I've got to do this today, and this isn't that big of a deal. But for what I'm just so, I'm already just in an emotional place. We all are.
Yes.
But, when my trainer asked me how I was doing, I was like, I'm fine. And she knew immediately. And then she tells me, I've been watching your podcast, and it's so great, and it's so inspiring. And I'm like, and now I have just stood right here and went, I'm fine.
Honey,
but you have to have grace for yourself.
Yes.
But we all have to, if we want to keep continuing on to go for this dream, whether it's your podcast or your music, or you want to be a painter or a designer books, or whatever you want to do, is get in rooms with your friends that are like-minded and talk about your dreams and the goodness of God and how we can support each other.
Back to the support.
And be like, hey, you want to do this? I know this person. I think you'd be a good fit with this person. Or you need a manager? Let's figure that out.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah.
Like, if I hadn't have been a hairdresser, half of the things that have happened in my life wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
And I was freely me. Going to New York City was the greatest thing I ever did for me, because when I came here, it was a very different time to be a gay man.
Yeah.
But going to New York City was the place where I was like, I can be anything I want to be, and I'm free. And I think because I was living my most authentic self, I attracted more and more and more people in my life like that, that spoke life over me. Movie stars and singers that were just like, you've got this, you've got this, you've got this.
Yeah.
And I think right now, I think I'm having an actual aha moment, because I'm like, maybe the whole purpose of doing this, putting out music, actually getting to that place where Christian Chenoweth is so that the people that are coming up underneath you, no matter, you can be like, come on, baby.
Come on,
baby.
Coattails.
I made it. You can make it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But come on. They blazed the path.
Yeah.
So that we didn't have to come through with the sickle so much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I that's what I want to see us do for each other. What I do for you, what you do for me, what we do for everybody else. I think that is just the most important to cut through the noise right now. Is for people to see, wow, those two people are really supportive of each other. I was attracted to you as a human being because of what I had friends that were following you, and then I was seeing you sing, and I also saw you sing at Jazz Night at the W with Nikki
Leonti,
and singing the House Down Boots.
Boots down, house down.
And I was like, I have to know this human.
Yeah.
And that is the light that you carry. And we're supposed to be that for other people. So I really appreciate it. It's a massive honor to me that you're inspired enough to want to sing something that came from my soul, that came from my garden. That is one of those songs. And so I just want to be the friend and the person and the mentor and the person in this business that says, you have to keep going. You have to keep going. And
I hate to interrupt you, but you have, like, to speak all this back at you, you have been and talking about surrounding ourselves with people who lift us up and what this business is and all of that. Like, same, I have retail, slung drinks, been a gymnastics. I've done it all.
Gymnastics?
Another time.
Wait, what kind of gymnastics?
I used to be a little Tumblr.
Were you a Tumblr?
I used to flip.
Woo!
This big body used to fly through the air.
Oh, please, big body.
This
Really?
big bag.
And then you taught people?
A long time ago. Yeah, that was actually my first job. Like first job. Same thing. You're talking about being a teenager, and that was my first job. Yeah, demonstrating. Yeah, long time ago. But I've done it. I've done it all too, and I've learned that. And then really, you know, the kind of the last one that really I fell into for many years was background singing. And I've got to sing behind incredible artists and learn so much from some greats, legends, up and coming people who then go on to be the biggest things in the world. You know, it's been such a privilege. But
let me ask a question.
Okay.
Because you know when you be doing the background vocals for people for a long time, because I was the background for so many things, so many times on stages that I wanted to be on.
Yeah.
What did that do to you emotionally? Were you like, wait, am I always going to be in the background?
Yeah, it's tough because I love to support.
Yeah.
And there is such a supporting, lifting up that you have to do when you sing behind somebody, especially, you know, again, the up and comers or sometimes even the legends. And it did get to the place and it started to become very tough because I knew, again, you know, going back to that question you asked, like I knew I wasn't supposed to be 20 feet from stardom. I was supposed to be
absolutely there.
You know, that's a great documentary.
Right.
And 20 feet from stardom.
In that show.
Great. It's a great one. And yeah, and it's a good living, pays really well. People think it's cool. It's one of those things that you're like, they're like, oh my God, you're on a Lady Gaga album. And I'm like, yeah, I love it. I love me some Gaga, but it
And I would say, though, knowing you, that you're the classic case of a person who did all those things but didn't get resentful. Because I have known a bitter background singer.
No bitterness, never. I was always grateful for the job. I was grateful for always learning. And you know what I learned from, I would say 99.9% of the greats I've sang behind is kindness. Goes a long way.
Dude.
And of course the singers always love the singers. And but just walking into a room, being graceful, being kind, looking at everybody. Not that I needed some big education in that, but just to
you were learning.
But to see it and to see, Dua Lipa walks in the room and is light and that is so important. If
she makes you feel like a star.
Yes.
See, that's the thing. A real star will do that.
And it wasn't like she was doing
there is enough room
at the table. And she was just happy to be there, like we all were. And it wasn't like she was doing too much. She it's actually just acting normal. But truly, everyone I've worked with over the years, Billie Eilish, same thing. Big hugs. How we doing? Hanging out. You know, it's very easy just to be decent to one another. But kind of getting back to what you were saying and to encourage you too is all the people that I've met along the way. That's what we do. It's the people that you meet along the way. Right. And the people that champion you. And you have always been that for me since the moment we met, when I was just a background singer. And not that, I don't mean that in a negative way. Yeah. That's just where I was in my life. Yeah. And you saw me, you championed me when I came to town. You were the first one. There have been so many nights, you know, where I am, you have seen me at some of my lowest and come sit on the couch. Let's talk. Come sit at the table. Let's talk. Your kitchen table.
And there needs to be more of that place, but I'm so guilty. No one ever knows where we are.
I know we're
trying to make that
all
better.
Around the world.
And
oh yeah. Good one.
Lisa
Okay.
Stansfield.
I love it. But you are that light. And so for your light to recognize, to see me and to shine a light on me has just always meant so much. So thank you for championing me, for being that person for so many of us. Cause I know I'm speaking for a lot of people. They're coming to my mind, people who I've met through you, people who you've championed, who you have literally shepherded, like you are a shepherd of people, bringing people together, introducing people, or even just being a space to talk.
What we should do?
Oh Lord have mercy. I'm scared. Oh no.
We should do the We Ain't Got a Record Deal tour.
Okay.
Me and you and the Dries and Karen Rochelle and everybody that's insanely talented, that's just like, hi, we ain't got a record deal. We're just here to sing for y'all.
And do we need one? Probably not.
Do we need one? But if y'all come to our show, we can keep putting out music.
Yeah, seriously.
What's the hook?
I mean, all those people that you just mentioned are are
Superstars.
beautiful, great superstars.
Like
but
Rebecca
beautiful
Lynn
people.
Howard.
Don't get me started on forgive.
Singing
Well,
for
that's
the
a
blood
mighty
of
big
Jesus.
word. I remember coming to see y'all. I had just got my place. And I was
that
down
the
and
Bluebird?
out at the Bluebird.
And we had a seat for
and
you
there
at the
was one
Bluebird.
seat. Eric called me, can
said,
you
"I
be
got a
here
seat."
in 10 minutes?
Yes.
I was downtown, had to get down to
He said,
Hillsborough.
let me put this Civic in the wind.
You know me and my little blue Civic was flying down Hillsborough and made it. I literally walked in and sat down as you guys started. I was meant to be there because I remember I just had this. I couldn't even see you have your back to me because the Bluebird, and which I love. But I just had this eye line of Rebecca, and she was just in that holy
no
sanctified
idea, right?
space, in that hollow ground that we cherish and we love, but that is the size of this room. I was like, nobody's singing like this.
And the thing is
What
like
is happening?
when you have to follow Rebecca Lynn Howard, you're automatically.
I
the backup
know,
singer.
because a couple months later, I was at the listening room singing with her
I was like,
on stage.
I can't help but just sing backgrounds because I'm like, I'm not worthy. But I'm doing a show
Singing.
with her in Vegas
but you
this
are
weekend.
worthy. You are. First of all, you are worthy.
I know.
You be singing.
Yes. But
those are the voices in our heads.
yes, I'm doing my first show.
Are
Never
you?
done a show with Rachel Thibodeau before, but me and her and Rachel Thibodeau are playing in Las
I
Vegas
adore.
and Mandalay Bay this weekend.
I adore. I haven't seen Rebecca in a minute. I actually haven't seen Rachel either in a minute. But Rachel was one of my first Nashville co-writes years ago now, and she stepped in for our dear friend Jamie Floyd, who got sick. Jamie called her like morning of and said, "Can you please write with my friend?" I actually don't even know if Jamie and I had met yet.
Whoa.
Yeah, crazy.
That just speaks volumes about the light you carry.
Well,
sir.
and thank you. I received that. But also the light that is Jamie Floyd, because I am a big champion of her. Love her so much.
Same.
We do a lot of shows together, and a talent and a voice like no other. But yeah, and of course Rachel and I hit it off immediately. Have you met her before?
Who?
Rachel Thibodeau?
Oh, I've met her several times.
Okay, good,
but I've
good,
never
good.
done a show with her.
Oh, she is just I need to text her. I'm going to text her after this. I haven't seen her in a minute either,
Wow.
but life be.
Yeah, so
be
we're
life
going to really meet on stage, I guess.
in Vegas.
In Vegas, as you do.
As we do. We do be meeting on stage.
We do be meeting on stage.
I'll be like, I'm a fan. Hey, okay, we're about to go play a show. Especially Riders Rounds.
Right.
I have done, like, literally, like when I saw y'all at the Bluebird. Maybe 2 months later, got asked to jump on to do a listening room round with Rebecca. And I was like, hi, I'm a really big fan. Forgive. Because I knew Forgive.
Of course.
And then when she started singing, I was like, oh my God.
It is that good live.
But
or better.
Better live.
Yeah.
Great on the record. But I was like, wait, I remember this song. I love this song. And literally having to be on stage with her and be like, and sing after her too. That was the last. That was right after. I was like, okay, well, this is my little song called, after she's, well, that's a mighty big word. Such a strong. I always tell the story at my shows that I literally open up almost every round with this story, and I'll tell on the pod.
Yeah.
That was my first time playing the listening room, was with Rebecca, Jamie, and Ty Herndon.
Oh, good God.
A round, honey, for all four of us, where we were up there acting silly, singing, telling stories. Well, I had just cut my song Memo, and I remember being like, oh, I wonder how I'm going to tee this up. I never performed it. And I was like, when I was recording the vocal on it, I was like, well, it's kind of like a nice guy breakup song. And that's what I'm going to say. That's good. Because it's like a breakup song, but it's like the nice version. So I tee it up that way, and I'm like, okay, it's my first time. Here we go. I start singing it. And as we come out of the first hook into the second verse, there's, the little interlude. And we know our sweet friend Rebecca is from Kentucky. It has the most beautiful
accent ever.
Beautiful accent. Kentucky and Mississippi, I think, are my favorite accents. And Georgia. I like them all. Yeah. And off mic, it literally still makes me laugh. I stop singing and she just goes, well, that wasn't very nice. Like, off mic, I immediately got the church giggles. Which, like, I shouldn't be laughing, but I'm trying to sing. I says, we have one good. And I tell that story every time now. And then I say, y'all in the audience, let me know if you think this is nice. We have concluded that it's not very nice.
Oh,
I think it kind of is. I think it's just more direct and sassy. Yeah, that song will be out soon. But I tell that Rebecca story almost every time I play around, because that's just how iconic she is.
She's legitimately iconic.
I should text her too after this and be like, we were talking about you.
Well, I'm always talking about her. She's one of my favorite things to talk about.
Because once again, you champion other people, and you are everything that you were just describing. I want to get back to that. You are that light for so many of us, and have been it so many times for me. And it is just an honor to be in your orbit, to make music with you. Cause it's not even about all that. It's it's totally. Just like when I have been at the lowest of lows, you have just seen me, just given me the space to even come and be sad.
Yeah.
Watch Housewives.
Oh,
Eric had me watching what was it? Salt Lake?
Oh, Salt Lake. Yes.
I think it was Salt Lake. And I just needed that there. You have been such a huge pillar in my life.
I want our home to be a place where people come and feel that it's prayed up, first of all.
It is.
And it feels like it's giving you a hug.
Yeah.
My friend Takitha from One the Duo, which you know.
Yes.
Honey, she'll come to our house and we'll be having a full-on game night. And that woman will lay down on the couch and just pass out. And she's like, that's how you know.
She feels safe to just
rest. She feels
rest.
so safe to just rest. And that's what I want our home to be for people. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I mean it.
I'm so excited that you're releasing music. There's so much going on in your world.
Yeah.
I have to ask you, at the end of the day, what is it that you want your contribution to be?
That is a great question. A very big question.
I just podcasted you.
You podcasted me hard.
Yeah.
Shame on you. You know, well, first of all, I want to put out great music. That's the easy answer, right? Put music out that touches people. I can remember being 5 years old, maybe younger, young. And you don't have the full emotional spectrum yet, right? You're a child. But I remember sitting and watching my number one, Miss Whitney Elizabeth Houston, singing. It was probably like The Bodyguard. Probably. We had like a live VHS, I think. Yeah, we did. And then we had, the movie. Because I remember watching her sing live and having no idea what is this feeling? So sudden and new. Wicked. And having no idea what this feeling was, but knowing that it was, well, now as an adult, you have emotional intelligence. I was feeling inspired. I remember this like feeling in my tummy and I didn't know what that was. And if I could just be that for somebody to pass that on, we were talking about the generations pulling each other up, to pass that on to somebody would be, and if it's just one person, that contribution I think would be tenfold to me. But I also would love to be, the difference. I would love to people to see me and be like, oh, if he can do it, I can do it. That's kind of the same thing, right? If Matt can get up there and sing, if Matt can be accepted, if Matt can, again, be in that number, maybe I can too. That would just mean the world. Cause I think back to that little kid who needed that inspiration, who needed to be that little fire inside of me. Again, going back to the question you asked of when did you know, I just always knew. And seeing a queen like Whitney and hearing Gary LaVox, sing Pray for Daylight, getting all the way back, full circle moments. Again, and being the foster of light like you are and that I would hope to be for somebody else, that would be my greatest contribution. And if it's through music, through championing other people, through friends, I'll take it anyway.
I love it.
Yeah. That was a big question.
Come on. Oh my God, this picture.
I'm scared.
I just got sent.
Oh my Lord.
By the power of technology.
We love technology.
Matt.
What? I'm
can't
scared.
Handle how cute this is. Oh my God. This is 2-year-old Matt.
It is. Look at that little face.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Matt Bloyd.
Yes, Shane Stevens.
What is the advice that you would give, sitting where you are right now, at the age you are now, knowing all that you know? What is the advice that you would give to your old Matt? What do you want him to do?
Hey, buddy. This is I can't. I'm like, don't cry.
Me, Argentina.
Oh, my Lord. Well, I give him a little hug.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I tell him it's all going to be okay. Because it always is. And man, this is tough, but I would say just believe in yourself more, own it. Know, like we talked about, like still it's a daily thing to recognize, I have a voice and I can sing and I can do this. Just go for it. You are okay. You are fine just the way you are. do what makes you happy. Even though you might be scared, do what makes you happy. You don't have to do all the things. You don't have to do the sports. You don't have to be what you think your parents need you to be or want you to be. They're going to accept you just the way you are. I know it's crazy. It's going to take longer than you think it's going to. But buckle up, hold on tight, because it's going to be a crazy ride. And be present. Enjoy it more. I think I look back on stuff and I'm like, man, I wish I would have enjoyed jazz night at the W more. You know, I loved it so much and it brought me so much, but I've always been so concerned about what's next, and we don't fully live in our bodies. And I think if I was able to sit myself down at that age and just be like, be in your body, be here. You might not know what that means, but walk with it and you will. And yeah, like I said, buckle up.
I love that. You know why I love that so much is because it really is a testament to growth.
Yeah.
And where you are now.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Is a huge compliment. Thank you.
That's good.
For saying that. Yeah, man, that's tough to.
I mean, we had to have a little RuPaul moment.
I was gonna say this is giving RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yes, ma'am, we have to.
And every time I watch them do that, I think, man, that is such a hard.
It is
challenge. Like I really give snaps to when they and what those queens say to their younger selves, and I've never been tasked or challenged to do that. Right. And I haven't really thought about it. So thank you for doing that here, and that's real. I'm gonna walk with that for a long time now. So thank you.
I love you. Thank you for doing this.
I love you. Anytime.
Take two.
Listen.
There's gonna be a 3 and a 4 and a 5 because I literally could go on for legitimate hours.
Can we? And just
yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
We could go so many.
And it's just like the conversation that we're having. It's about supporting each other and being supportive of each other in our community as well. And there's a lot more that we can talk about that's even just to do with that.
I also resonate. The first time I saw Celine Dion.
Okay.
She came out singing, I surrender everything. Immediate sobbing. If again I reach to you, I know you can feel it too. Make it through.
You know you're a huge Celine fan when you know that song.
We need to talk about that song more because that like double key change at the end. I'm like,
every night. Yeah.
You got getting longer. She is. I feel like and I love to ask this to people. I feel like every vocalist, artist, writer, we have our I'll say trio. Okay. It's like, how many are we going to give? Like, who's your trio of, and this can be so many different things. So let's narrow it down. Who are your divas?
Who are my divas? Oh my God.
And I know the answer, but
Mariah Carey.
For our friends, number 1,
Whitney Houston.
Number 2,
Celine Dion.
That's your trio. I mean, that's
the trifecta.
That's the vocal trinity.
It's the vocal trinity.
I mean, that is
modern day now.
Yeah, who would be your modern?
So those would be our legends. Adele.
Oh, yes.
This is going to be funny. Kelly Rowland.
Come on.
And
Kelly be singing.
And then the other two would have to be Chloe and Halle.
Oh God.
Because now Beyonce is unbelievable.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, okay, well,
I can't do it because
you can get more.
Like one.
Doesn't have to be 3.
So Kelly Rowland and Beyonce.
Rules.
Watching those people sing in the studio is like a whole other.
Beyonce and Kelly.
They take it so seriously. Like
also,
I've watched Kelly Rowland call her vocal coach for our Christmas song.
The lore drop that you've just been in the studio with Kelly and Beyonce. No, I love it so much.
Who's also the kindest human, I think.
Yes, she's so sweet.
Artist-wise, because she cares about a songwriter, because she knows that we've all just shown up there.
Yeah.
To write for free with the hope that something is going to happen.
And even just the recognition.
And so she would have her chef make our food for our specific dietary needs, and then that chef brings it to the studio.
How thoughtful.
But our song, I did a Christmas song with Kelly called Love You More at Christmas Time. And she called her vocal coach to ask him how to approach the note so she hits it from around her on the phone.
Yeah.
I was like, you're in the vocal booth and you're Kelly Rowland. And you are... You've been doing this since God was a boy. Like
God was a boy is crazy.
You have been singing since you were an infant, and she's still. It's such a gift for those girls, but also it's a business.
100%.
And they want to give 110 all the time.
Yeah.
So the Kelly Rowlands and Beyonces of the world, Ariana for sure.
Oh, of course.
Because also in the studio with her.
That's right.
And watching her just do that.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. She's unbelievable.
You're the tiniest little person. And
that's right. She is so small.
And like, have you ever hit a bad note?
No.
And Adele for the songwriting and soul.
Oh, come on with the songwriting.
Imperfection. And that her voice fills in a room, in an arena.
True vulnerability.
Without needing anything.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that clip of Kelly? It's probably early 2000s, and I think they were at an award show and they were doing press after the award show, and they asked them to sing, and they sing the amens of Total Praise. Amen. And Kelly always sings the soprano in Destiny's
How
Child.
I missed that.
Oh, we're gonna watch it after or insert here. And so of course it starts amen, amen, and then Michelle comes in with the low, and then the last to stack at the third is Kelly's amen.
Wow.
And the way that like she comes in, and it is so incredible, and like the comments and like the meme was like not Kelly being a whole soprano section by herself, because her voice is so strong and present, and she really sounds like a whole group of sopranos singing. I adore Kelly. I've met her like one time, and she was she did this was years ago. I was like a freshman in college. She did a seminar at the Recording Academy in LA, and just talked about the business, and then like met everyone after and was like so gracious. Like sometimes people just come in, they'll do their little chit chat and head out, but she like was so gracious and met us. I have a picture with her. We're talking like 2011 maybe. I mean, a long time ago. And I just was like, Kelly Rowland. Destiny's Child was my Trinity. And that's not necessarily, number one's Whitney. We've already talked about Whitney. She's tattooed right here. And then tied for second for me is Beyonce, and a crazy pool that you already know, our queen, Miss Britney Jean Spears. Oh, we love you. I love you. Those are my three. But I also love Mariah and Celine. Yeah. If there was, a third and a fourth, if I don't put them in order, but I love this. Like, I love asking people this. I love talking about this because I think it's like it informs our own music so much.
Absolutely.
And it's why we click on more than just a friend level. Yeah. We click on a music level.
If I hadn't worked with some of these people, there's no way I would have written some of the songs that I've written.
I like hear
my infusion of like pop, hip hop, R&B in country songs is because of working with those type of people and those type of singers. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And the melody that you wrote, even for the ground that grew me.
Yeah.
I mean, only you could write that.
Oh,
and
and you know what's fun? Thank you. And you know what's funny is that day that we wrote that song, which we were writing it for and with another artist, but I had the chorus. I had the ground that grew me,
which is crazy.
Matt, sing a little bit of it because it's I wrote it and you're singing it. So
and it is again the highest honor to sing that song every time. To have it live and the messages I've got and the response it's got, I'm so grateful. Thank you.
I'm so grateful. Acapella, give me the verse. Give me a verse chorus. Give a verse chorus.
I think it's the key. In the back of my mind, I can still see my bare feet swinging. I'm sitting on a tree branch where I used to do my dreaming. No matter how far I'm flying now, when I close my eyes, I can still touch down. We have never done a show together.
Mm-mm.
It would be such a thrill to do a writer's round together and have you actually like sing with me.
Oh, I'd love to. Go chorus.
Because that was so nice. Sorry. Wow, the ADHD is popping this morning. On the ground that grew me, where it's safe and sound and it always will be. If I'm lost, then I'm found, 'cause my roots run so deep. In the ground that grew me.
Come on. Sing it for the blood. Sing it for the blood.
Singing for that. Thank you.
That's
Thank
the
you.
thing is the right songs find their way to the right people.
Oh my gosh. And it's crazy. You know, that song is my story. It's so me. And I say before I sing that song, every time I sing it, you know, I was so determined to get out of my small town. The second I could leave, baby, I turned 18 and I hit it. Same. I said, it was good, everyone. This was fun. Bye. And the farther and farther away I've gotten, because I live the farthest I've ever lived from that town now. And the older I get, the more I appreciate it and the more I love it. Because I can admit now I didn't love it back then. I was embarrassed. I wanted to get away from it. Like I already said. Are. Yeah. Yeah. And the older you get, the more you just appreciate where your roots run. Mm-hmm. And that to me is the antithesis of the song, is it's just appreciating where you come from and looking back. And again, the farther I get, the older I get, the more I'm just like, yeah, man, that's where I grew up. Mm-hmm. And my family's all still there too. So, you know, and
again, that's how you know there's real growth, appreciation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Knowing.
Yeah.
It's like, I say it all the time. You got to know what you don't want to know what you do want. And sometimes you can go home again and it is a healing place. You know?
There's been a lot of healing there. And I go back and again, like my mama's there. I'm biggest mama's boy. I love it. And there's a line in there about my mama praying. And I'm like, there have been nights where I go to sing that line and I get choked up because I'm just like thinking of, my mom praying over me and the bumps in the road, because there have been a lot of them.
Child, you know that's how I am with Beat Up Bible.
I love
still every single time I say, and I guess that's why I never sang it live for so many years. But every single time I'm like, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. And then I get to the end of it, and I'm like, my granny may as well just be standing there in front of me, holding her Bible. Like she may as well just be. Holding her right there. I would not be who I am without her prayer. I would not be. I wouldn't be intrigued or interested in even reading the word if it wasn't for my granny and the way that she lived. Yeah, you know, and it's just, I have such an appreciation for it, but it wrecks me on stage.
Now, can I ask you? Are you one of those singers who can cry and sing? I've never seen you cry and sing at the same time. And can you do that? Because I cannot. I am not that boy.
I cannot. It's now happened 3 times, like where I think I'm going to, and I just take a breath, and then sing all cracked up in the voice. I just have to, because
like shouts out to like Ben Platt, who can just snot rocket and sing, and
good for you. I can't do that.
The second I get even that little tingle,
not snot rocket.
Listen, I saw him in Dear Evan Hansen. There was snot rocketing, and it was amazing. Wow. And it was so guttural. Like it was just like, oh my God. But and the respect I have, because again, that is just not my gift. Even the slightest, because I'm a crier, and especially with music, especially with stuff that we're talking about, like it'll just hit. And
I also ugly cry.
Oh, love an ugly cry.
I'm just like, oh no.
I'll be letting it. Okay. The other day I was watching the Lifetime. We can cut this for the pod. No, I was watching Gypsy Rose's Lifetime show and just rooting for her, and I was drinking.
Like, you're gonna kill your mama, but I'm rooting for you, girl.
Please, no, but like I want her to have
redemption.
I think that redemption can happen, and that she is worthy of going out there and having the life that she
is. Everybody is, no matter where they are.
Yeah, and no, I don't agree with what she did, but you know, I was watching the show. I don't even know. It was background. I was on the background. I was making my coffee early in the morning. I had just done my prayer time, which is also in my journal time, which is probably why I was feeling sensitive. I sat down with my coffee, and it was the scene of her giving birth to it, because she has a daughter now too.
Oh wow.
You would have thought I knew this woman. Like that was my niece or nephew.
Look at this guy.
I was sobbing. A wreck. I was just happy for her. But you know what? There was many years where I didn't let myself cry. You know, it's not macho to cry. And I was told, you know, growing up, you know, don't cry, because I was always a little sensitive kid. And so I blocked it for many years. And now as an adult, I just be letting it out.
Let it out.
That's why when you started crying, I was like, let it out. Yeah. Let it, you have to be, I think that's the best encouragement. That's what I would want to hear if I were crying. Just let it out. Like we are so conditioned as men, in this, and even sometimes as artists to not cry. It's weird. And so listen, Gypsy, I was crying for you, baby. I was like,
good for you.
and it was a healthy baby girl. Oh my God. When I saw my queen Beyonce.
Is this a documentary or it's
a TV show docu style? Yeah, they following her life after.
It's actually her.
Yeah.
It's not someone playing her.
No.
Okay.
And they were in the hospital room. They didn't show her giving birth, but like the way that when like Blue Ivy Carter came out at Cowboy Carter tour, Beyonce, sobbing. Like I know this child. I'm just.
You know what's funny? For me, first time I met B, she was pregnant.
See, that's how I feel like
she rolled up in her. Mr. Curtis was their driver.
Mr.
In New York.
Curtis.
Mr. Curtis rolled up. She rolled up in this black Sprinter to pick up her cousin, who was one of my best friends, and that's the first time we met. Like they rolled up.
That's insane.
And very pregnant Beyonce like slides the door open. And Angie's like, "This is Shane." She's like, "Oh, hi Shane. I've heard so much about you." And I'm like, "Huh."
That makes me
about
like
a beautiful pregnant woman.
Brie, I love her so.
Lord.
I mean, and the thing with Beyonce is this is somebody I like when she walked out on stage for that. I saw her in LA the last night of the LA run.
Oh, for
Cowboy Carter.
Oh wow!
And I've seen her many times, but you know, again, Whitney, we don't have Whitney.
No.
How Whitney have no business being gone. Somebody commented that on I posted for her birthday the other day, and one of the comments was Whitney has no business being gone.
Well, let me tell you, she's been living through me because Eric bought me a tank top that people have clocked me on because and he's like, if you wear that shirt one more time, like I've just been wearing, it's so comfortable and it's been so hot and it's sleeveless tank top situation and I've been wearing the Jesus out of it.
I'm sweating.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I mean, same every day. I think about her every day. She's no longer with us. I love my girl Britt, but she's not performing. You know, and I saw her. I've only seen her once in Vegas.
But you do know I met Whitney one time. I didn't.
Yes, you told me that story. It's a great story. You should tell on pod sometime. Maybe next time I'm here. And then my third, the trio we talked about. So to see Beyonce, somebody, and these are all people that I've had my whole life, or I've had, sounds aggressive, but like have inspired me and walked my. I mean, I remember all those people from, like I talked about Whitney at 5 years old. I mean, they're around the same time for Britney, around the same time for Beyonce. People who have inspired my whole life and every beat of my life, high school, all these moments, you can think back to music. That's the power of music, right? You know, what was Beyonce putting out? What was Britney doing? Where was Whitney? You know, when we lost Whitney, blah, 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 blah. And to see her walk out on that stage and to see her as a grown man still performing at the insane caliber that she performs at, and then to think back about, you know, it's the practice that we just did, 15-year-old Matt, 20-year-old Matt, 10-year-old Matt, you know, it just makes me emotional.
Totally.
And she just starts singing and I just stopped. Same with when you saw Celine. I'm like, I can't believe.
Doesn't it make you wonder too, like when they're at that level, like what is it that keeps you going? Like,
yeah. And
it just is. It's that gifting. It's that
she's meant to do nothing else.
It's that give. I got to give back. And
And I just saw, and then saying, like, I remember when I watched live the VMAs when she sang Love on Top, ripped open that little
the top, when she said she's pregnant,
and went like this, and I screamed, "Mom, Mom!" My mom came running, and my mom loves Beyonce. Came running in. So it's a family thing. I think of my mom, like my Mom and I's song is Because You Love Me by Celine. So when she sang that, sobbing. I mean, my mom has always loved Beyonce. I think I love Beyonce because my mom saw Destiny's Child and was like, I like these girls. You like these girls? You know, and you remember their first ever song though? You'll be singing no, no, no. When it's really yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
I remember that song being on. Then when Say My Name came out, you couldn't. I remember I used to get in the car and be like, Mom, put on the radio because I really want them to play Say My Name. Say My Baby One More Time. I'd be like, hopefully in the 20 minutes we're going to be in the car from school, they're going to play Baby One More Time or Say My Name. And I would scream if we heard dun.
First time I heard Jumpin', I was driving my 1993. Yes, my 1993 Honda Accord.
I wasn't even alive yet.
LX. I was so excited about it. And my friend Denise and I drove her. So it was, when did Jumpin' Jumpin' come out?
Would have been probably 99.
99. So, yeah. So Writings on the Wall? Is that
Writings on the Wall, second album.
And I was driving my friend Denise and I were driving her daughter to camp in Chattanooga.
Yeah.
And we're going down the mountain and Jumpin' came on. And I was like, it was like new Destiny's Child single or whatever. And
Ladies,
it was thumping. I mean, I probably could have burst the speakers.
I'm hearing it in my head right now.
And, but it was the time.
Oh no.
I realized, because I had just gotten this car, it was a used car, and I was so excited because I always wanted a Honda Accord, so I felt like I had
achieved.
Made it.
Yeah, you had done it.
And we were going down the mountain, and I'm like, what is that sound? And I thought it was in the song, and it was my brakes scrubbing.
No.
And I'd just gotten the car.
But it like kind of worked with the song, right?
And it totally worked with the song. I'm like, what is that noise? And then we turned down the radio and it interrupted my jumping to scrubbing.
He say he got a girl. Yeah, it's true, you got a man, but the bunny ain't gonna stop, so let's make it happen. Just writing the songs, Beyonce. But yeah, so to see Beyonce performing and then when Blue came out, I just get emotional. Like, seeing, because you just gave a perfect example of like, that is a memory that's with you. This person has walked with you.
And music does that too.
And that's the power of music.
Totally. Oh my God, I love you so much.
Love you.
I'm gonna talk to you forever.
I know. I'm like, let's wrap it up.
We're wrapping it up.
I know.
Please follow Matt Bloyd.
Yes. On all the things.
On all the socials. On the YouTubes. On the TikToks.
Yep. It is just Matt Bloyd on everything.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I love you. Thank you
for
doing
love you.
This. Bless you.
Thank you for having me.
Mwah.
I love you.